So the last time we talked about Eugenia Cooney, I believe, was after a particular live stream that she did where she appeared to undergo some sort of medical episode, and she was convulsing on stream. It didn't seem like she was able to keep down water. She might have been experiencing nausea. Other people suspected that she was having some sort of heart attack. If you're unfamiliar with this girl, she is a YouTuber, an influencer who evidently has severe anorexia. She has for the entire time that she's been in the public eye, which is, I guess, over a decade now, and has not recovered and likely won't, if we're being realistic.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have a fan base. She has a following of people who are kind of after the spectacle of watching her in this dilapidated state.
It's very sad. It's scary, honestly.
It is scary to watch, and I just wanted to show that clip that we were reacting to some months ago. I believe this was in May of this year. This caption says, "This newest live from Eugenia Cooney scares me. She was scared and couldn't sit through the symptoms this time. As problematic as she is, I still feel bad for her. The full live is very scary." And in this video, you can see her slumping back on her couch and unable to stand up and end the stream because she's going through some kind of, I don't even know, some sort of medical episode. It might be with her heart. We'll never know. And she tells people that she's fine all the time, so it's not like she'll give us an explanation. And then following this stream, the last thing that she posted on social media was about her dog dying. Yeah. That was in June. For someone in such a fragile mental state, I'm sure that losing your dog can absolutely send you into a tailspin.
Yeah.
And she has been completely MIA on all platforms ever since, with no clarification of if she's okay, let alone any clarification if she's alive. So the death rumors were swirling. A lot of people thought that she was dead until yesterday when TMZ published these newer photos of her with her brother and her mom at Disney World. She frequents Disney. She appears to have this sort of childish aesthetic, probably because that's where her cognitive abilities are at. And as you can see, her brother is morbidly obese. One of the comments said, "I know that her mother had to have done some heinous shit for both of her children to have severe eating disorders." It's interesting that we've gotten to this point where, up until recently, you could not point to a morbidly obese person and say that they clearly have an eating disorder. But yeah, these are both people with disordered relationships with food, and you can see that on the surface. She's accompanied by them all the time. She doesn't go anywhere alone. She has a very infantilized life, and most of the time is just locked away in her house, in her bedroom, making cosplay videos, makeup tutorials, basically playing with toys, just glorified toys. And I think that she genuinely has the mental capacity of a little girl, like a 5 to 10-year-old girl, because she doesn't have the nutrition to use critical thinking. Yeah. But TMZ said influencer Eugenia Cooney has resurfaced at Disney World amid her social media hiatus and growing concern from fans over her health. She was riding the monorail with her mom and brother on Tuesday, but as you can see, she looks glum as she stares out the window. An eyewitness tells us that she and her family didn't say one word to each other during the entire ride. Her clothes screamed high fashion. She's always like, you know, dressing up in this sort of childish style. She was, of course, wearing a Nightmare Before Christmas purse, which, like, that's a whole other aspect of this. She has like an obsession with Jack Skellington. Yeah. I think you can imagine why. It didn't appear that she was filming social media content for her fans because her phone camera was held against her body on the bench. Eugenia has been MIA for months from social media. Her disappearance came after fans started waving red flags over the summer, with her last TikTok uploaded on June 27th to announce the death of her dog, Buzz. In that caption, she said, "It's hard to find Words right now, my heart is broken. On Monday night, we lost our sweet Buzz unexpectedly. He was the most loving little soul, and my heart still can't process that he's gone. I'm so grateful for every moment we shared, and I miss him more than I could ever say. Thank you for being our best friend. And after that post went up, she's been gone. Yeah. And a lot of people just thought that she must have died and her family doesn't want to tell people, which could be the case. I mean, that's going to happen one day. Followers have
TMZ would find out. They would get the police
reports.
They
always invade people's privacy.
They would get the police report. Some coroner would take a payoff and get the information. They would find out.
Followers have been vocal about their concern over her health for years due to her frame. Growing more worried during a May live stream in which she appeared to be getting sick. Her sudden break from social media had fans thinking the worst. She did confirm that she had an eating disorder in 2019, followed by her claims that friends put her in an involuntary psychiatric hold because of her condition, which made her feel betrayed by those close to her. The police department in Greenwich, Connecticut, where she lives, said there was an uptick in calls regarding her health over the summer, coinciding with her pause on social media, but it's been about 2 months since the last call, they say, according to the police. They have her number. They check in on her whenever they hear from a concerned party. If they don't get her by phone, they'll visit her house. But the cops tell us there's only so much they can do if the person doesn't want their help. Yep. So they are required, of course, to do these wellness checks when people call in. But what can they do? I mean, she's already been involuntarily held.
Yeah.
She already went to a longer term facility to recover, but that only physically recovered her. And
it doesn't
mentally
work.
It doesn't change any of your habits.
It does not work unless I saw somebody in the chat earlier mention, I wish I had saved it, but I didn't save it, basically saying that they say that with a lot of addicts, like alcoholics or addicts, that they get stuck mentally at whatever age they were when they started abusing substances. That's a real thing. 110%. It's one of the things that they warn about, and it's something that you have to actively work to grow through when when you do your best to get out of that phase. But that's already assuming more than what we've got here, which is that you want to get better or that you know that you have a problem. So for someone like me, you have to be aware that you need help first. And then once you understand that, you can get yourself on a path towards getting better. For her, if she's upset that other people are trying to help her, she's nowhere near that yet. And until you're willing to accept that, until you can go into it honestly and say, I clearly have a problem. There's clearly something wrong. There's many things I need to do if I'm going to get better. There's no hope until you're willing to accept that. And a lot of times, I guess the scariest part is like, there's always kind of a rock bottom moment for a lot of people, and it's never something you're proud of. It's always something that's horrifying. But for her, like, what do you do? Like, she's so far past, obviously, in a dangerous place that I don't know if there's any helping her. I hope and I guess I pray that she does find help and that she gets the strength to get out of it. Clearly her family isn't doing enough to help her.
No.
But at the end of the day, she can't rely on her family to do that. It has to be your own free will, and it has to be your own choice to work towards that goal. There are people, and I guess it's a toxic relationship in many ways because I'm sure the family relies on her.
Her income.
So she's already at a net negative there.
Sordid situation.
With her family. Your family can be a humongous help when you're trying to get help for something like this, but it has to come down to you and your own willingness to make a change, and she's not there yet.
Yeah, a lot of people have pointed out that living at home with her mom, she has an enabler who also benefits financially from her being sick. She is essentially seen as like a cash cow by her mom. And the darkest aspect of this whole story is that even if she did suddenly decide to recover, which is unlikely, she would still die young.
I mean, possible, but
it's almost guaranteed.
Possible, but
she's
the thing
30.
is you can't live thinking that. There are examples of people making it out of unbelievably difficult situations, and if you're her, you can't accept that and then get better. You have to want to beat the odds.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but with other examples of people who have attempted to recover from what condition she's in right now, they never can return to the same quality of life that they otherwise would have. And oftentimes they die in their late 30s or early 40s.
The going the other direction, this is something I see because I watch so much old television. I see all these actors. There's plenty of actors that were very, very large, cast in specific roles. And when you go and look them up now, almost invariably, because you guys know me, I'm an IMDb-er. They're almost always like, was it Wendell Middlebrooks? I looked up the other day, dead. The actor who played Kamakona on the Hawaii Five-0 reboot, who was like a beloved character in the show, passed away.
It's like the Blair White bit where
yeah,
all of the plus size activists are dead after they were trying to tell the world that you can be healthy at any size.
Absolutely.
Right. So I don't know if there really is a silver lining to all of this.
I mean, I guess to me, because I speak from a specific place, is like, it's never too late to start trying. So I know that's not the cheeriest of thoughts, but it is like, it ain't over till it's over. And there are certainly cases in history of people overcoming unbelievable odds. And while we may see the outcome as like a foregone conclusion, that doesn't mean that it is. And you can only hope for the best for them, and that for Eugenia Cooney, and that she finds her way.
Well, for a long time, I'll also add, before we move on, people have said the best thing that could possibly happen to Eugenia Cooney at this point is for her social media platforms to be taken away from her. Either by someone who takes her phone, takes her internet access, or by those platforms banning her. And I agree with those people, because this is someone openly sharing self-harm content and suicidal ideation with an audience that actually consists a lot of children. There are either, I mean, her audience consists of like people who like watching the spectacle of someone suffering, people who see it as a sexual fetish, and children who are encouraged to imitate her. There's no reason why she should have a platform on any of these sites. It's bizarre to me, actually, that she still does, that they have not banned her by now.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media, and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.